This is Sergeant Montoya with the 61st MedCom for Professional Development class. Today we're going over enlisted ranks, so stay tuned for that. So, obviously, there you go. Just proof that this isn't some random site. So let's go ahead and start from E1 to E4. Our junior enlisted. That goes in order: Private 1, Private 2, Private First Class, and a Corporal. Okay, so for the first three, you're just learning. You're the worker bees. Private 1 does not have any insignia. Private 2 has what we call mosquito wings, and it's one chevron kind of up and down. It's a little weird, but you'll see it once you know it. It's just one thing. Private First Class has a little rocker added on right to that. So at this point, you guys are just learning how to do your job, how to be a soldier, and learning if you can follow orders and clean and all that good stuff. So there's nothing really too important happening. However, you guys are a good backbone and really do help us. So, Corporal, you are a junior NCO. At this point, you're an assistant team leader. You are given 2 chevrons. There is specialist in the Army. However, we do not use those. We only have corporals. Like I said, assistant team leader, usually help a sergeant out, and overall can be by far one of the best NCOs, and it's a great working rank. You learn a lot, basically, before you get put in that sergeant role. So that sergeant role at E5, okay, so this is what it looks like. That is me. So you get 3 what are called chevrons or stripes, all right? And they look just like that. So at this point, you're a team leader, usually in charge of about 3 to 6 people, and within a company, within a platoon. Overall, you're going to be taking over a TO&E slot, more responsibility, whether it be recruiting, whether it be one of the S shops. They'll find something for you guys to do, and I really hope you guys go for that. So E5. So E6 is a staff sergeant. So literally, imagine that last thing I showed you, those 3 stripes, add a rocker to it, and you are a staff sergeant. So from E5 to E9, you are an NCO. It's just a different type of NCO you could be. So at E6, you are from a staff NCO, and you will continue to be a staff NCO throughout E9. Okay. So at this point, you are in charge of what's called a section, usually, or a platoon, depending on what the needs of your companies and platoons are. You're typically in charge of 3 teams or less. And again, just more responsibility with the pay grade of E6 or a staff sergeant in the Tennessee State Guard and U.S. Army. So as we go up, it's Sergeant First Class. Now I have a coin from my Sergeant First Class to give you this idea of a rank. Okay, so that's what a Sergeant First Class ranks: 3 chevrons, 2 rockers. At this point, you are a platoon sergeant, and you're also from E7 to E9 is a senior enlisted personnel. And at that point, you're a platoon sergeant. You may be acting as a senior enlisted advisor, or as an acting E8, or so on and so forth, whatever the needs be. But at that point, you are leading a platoon on the NCO side. And usually, you're going to be the advisor to your platoon leader, which is the officer side. So as we go up to E8, so E8 is split up into 2 different ranks. Okay. There's Master Sergeant and there's First Sergeant. What's the difference basically is billeting. They're both E8s. They're both paid the same. The only difference is one has a diamond inside of their 3 chevrons and 3 rockers, and one does not. And a Master Sergeant does their job that they've always done and continues to do that job. A First Sergeant is put in charge of people. Their main job is to watch after the company, the platoon, below them, and squads and everything. Take care of people. That is their main job. So finally, you have E9. So E9, when we get to this point, it's the top of the enlisted chain. It's the sergeant majors. Okay, so a sergeant major. Let's see if I still have this coin. Okay, so right here is a command sergeant major. Okay, so just imagine those little wings in the center. They're gone. Okay, and you just have that star, 3 chevrons, 3 rockers. That is a sergeant major's rank. And they are definitely a senior enlisted advisor. They can go anywhere from a company grade to a division. So company, regiment, battalion, or division. they can be found at any one of those spots, and they are the senior enlisted advisor and the topmost senior enlisted personnel probably within your unit. So the difference between command sergeant major and regular sergeant major is literally one is command, one is not. So just like master sergeant and first sergeant, a sergeant major is still doing the job that they originally did, or a command sergeant major is just in charge of people. All right. I hope this helped, and we'll continue on with the warrant officer video next. Okay.